One of the first things a beginner usually asks is what they can do at home to increase their strength and their flexibility.
That's what I've been asking.
I know it. I'm joined here with Jasper. What's up, Jasper?
Not much.
All right. First is very simple exercises. You've probably done this in gym class, in high school or elementary school. Just stretching our hamstrings right now. We're going to hold these stretches 10-15 seconds. I'm just demonstrating the stretch right now. You don't want to stretch to the point that your hamstrings or any muscle is in pain. You want to stretch to where you feel the tightness of the muscle, and then you'll stretch deeper after the muscle warms up. And these again are just some basic stretches. This one stretches your shoulder, stretches your back, and you'll feel it in your hip flexor some. After we do this, we're going to go over a movement that really greatly increases your core stability and muscle coordination. This stretch will hit your buttocks. So, yeah, works that glute because you get a lot of stress in your hips with grappling, and hip damage isn't very common among people that grapple for a while, but beginners sometimes you see it. Now this movement takes muscle coordination. Watch my hand as it comes on the hip here. If you don't have the strength to hold your hip up, use your hand to keep your hip up. Now I'm going to do it without my hand on the other side. Notice I'm staying on my toes as much as possible and keeping my hips in the air. This is an inversion exercise. It takes balance and coordination along with some flexibility. Now I'm re-stretching again. And you'll see this theme repeated. You do some movements, you warm the muscles up, and then you re-stretch them. That's how you increase your muscle and tendon elasticity. You like that word, don't you?
Elasticity. Yes, that's a pretty good word.
All right, now I'm doing shoulder rolls. Shoulder rolls at a beginning level is one of the things that it increases your safety whenever you're rolling, being able to roll over your shoulder. Plus, it helps develop that core strength again. These are set outs. This is a basic wrestling move. You can practice this whenever you get caught in turtle. Notice how high the elbow comes up. For those that have wrestled, that will look very, very common to you. You've probably spent hours on the mat doing that. Now we're combining the sit out with a shoulder roll. Next, we're going back to our stretching again, stretching just a little bit more. Many times people, they think about strength in purely a bench press or a squat type of a manner. Muscle coordination is more important than one single muscle group's strength. Now we're doing, I like to call them side shrimps. We're going from hips to shoulders. Now watch as we come out. Hips, shoulder, hip, shoulder. We're walking ourselves out. We're doing a constant shrimp. This is a super important movement whenever you're trying to create an angle to take someone's back. Now we're working a shrimp again. Whenever we shrimp, we want our butt up and on our shoulder. As we shrimp, butt up, now we're going to invert. Now we're combining the shrimp motion with the inversion motion. Shrimp, butt up, on shoulder, roll, invert. Now whenever we're inverting, we're rolling a little bit different and we're coming up to a seated position. Now this movement can be somewhat difficult. We're trying to go from a beginning level to a more advanced level. Now we're working into our bridging. Bridging like you're going to do a oompa. You want to bridge up with your hips on your shoulder and then walk your legs. Walk the person over. And then bam to the guard position with them. Now we're going to start working more on our hip up like we would be doing our bridge, like we would be doing an oompa. And we're going to start combining motions into a different motion again. We're going back into the inversion. So we're combining a bridge Bridge up, walk the hip over, tuck the head, and invert. This movement is really beneficial whenever you go to bridge somebody and they're really good at scrambling, and as you bridge over, start to bridge them over, they scramble away from you, or as soon as you don't solidify your position after the bridge, they try to get away from you. Then you can invert and catch them sometimes, or invert up to a seated position. Plus the muscle coordination and strength that you develop doing that is huge on the mat. Now we're going back into our stretches again. This will be the last stretches that we do. Rolling our neck from side to side. Keeping your neck nice and stretched and loose you get a lot of neck injuries in grappling. So always stretch your neck. That's a very important stretch I always finish with. Guys, I really want you guys to think about the overall muscle coordination. A well-coordinated body, whenever you're moving, is a strong body. So, guys, these are some basic workouts, some simple stuff, and then going into some more advanced stuff. Practice and have fun. And you can do these at home. Just have plenty of room. Don't kick a hole in your wall. Yep, I've done that one before. All right. Subscribe, please.